Hello, girls, guys, or otherwise. This is Rich with your Christo-Pagan Catechism, part 2, I think. I think this is part 2. Yeah, it is part 2. Before I go any further into the video, I first want to say that this is brought to you by Patreon, or patrons, and one patron so far, Sophia, thank you very much for your donation as a founder of this Christo-Pagan church. If you would also like to be considered a founder of this Christo-Pagan church, go into the Patreon down below, click that button, and you can sign up for as little as $5 a month, and the founder title will be taken away as of January. I mean, only the people that are founders will be able to retain that after January. So as of December, if you get in on the Patreon and whatnot, and you donate the $5 a month, congratulations, you're a founder, and it comes with a couple little perks here and there. So the Patreon is going to get more robust as of January. The tiers are going to change a little bit, all that stuff. So yeah, anyway, let's move on. Let's see. The things I want to cover today are ritual purification and what this means for me, and I also want to go into the altar setup. I couldn't remember if I actually put into my notes about the circle setup and the elemental setups, and I think I'm going to do that next week, as well as talking about deity and deity presence in this ritual. So we're going to discuss that next week, because that's a little bit more involved, and I need to be able to do that while filming and everything else, because, well, you know, I'm trying to up my game, and this is one way that I can try to do that with editing and whatnot, is doing voiceovers and all that other good stuff. So anyway, I'm going to go into the ritual purification. For me, this would include a ritual shower if I'm actually physically dirty, ritual dress, anointing, and prayers. During the filming, you will obviously not see me getting a shower. Sorry. You're welcome. Whichever applies. So yeah, this is me getting my body ready so I can be in the presence of the divine. Just a reminder that in this time and place, or this moment of us being together in ritual, whether it is the next day, 2 days after, 3 years after, does not matter, because you are still in that presence. I will be creating the circle and holding space for the divine in that time and in that place that is outside of time and place, if that makes sense. Many of you probably have already seen the video where I discussed the outside of time and space thing whenever we were discussing it with the Outer Temple of Witchcraft, which we are now finished with. So yeah, there's a big conundrum with outside of time and space, or outside of time and place, and outside of time and space. But you know, does it apply? Does it not apply? And how long does it apply? It's weird. Time is irrelevant. It doesn't matter. Anyway, but at that moment, I'm going to be in the presence of deity, as are you. So if that is something that you feel you need to do as far as getting spirit or physically prepared in that time and place of where you are, if that is a possibility and that is something that you feel you need to do, absolutely, I encourage it. If you feel it's something that you don't need to do, okay, I'll encourage that too. Like I said, this is going to be whether I'm physically clean or dirty. If I already got a shower, 2 hours before and I haven't done anything, I'm not going to get another shower just to ritually have a ritual shower, because water usage is a thing and I don't like to waste. At least, yeah, I don't like to waste water and getting a shower and everything, and that's a lot of dressing and undressing. So anyway, let's go ahead and move on. Like I said, I'm not going to be filming this. But then during this time, I'm slowing my mind. I'm getting my body ready for the presence of the divine. I will also be wearing a ritual wear during this time as well, after the shower, of course. Um, I am not usually one to say that an individual needs to have ritual wear when being in circle. However, I decided this due to uh, leading others in the service as well. As I am representing the church during that service, that particular service, I don't want to wear a shirt that has any words on it like this. So, maybe I don't know if American Eagle has done something that is horribly indecent and should be canceled. All I know is that the shirt fits and I can wear it, and I'm not, unclothed in front of the camera. I I don't really try to usually make statements with my attire. However, sometimes I do whenever I wear a pride shirt or something like that. Those are fun. Those are cool. I love them. But I don't want, while I'm in service, I don't want to be possibly making a political statement or a statement of any sort besides the fact that I am in the presence of the divine and speaking to a service or to a group of people about things that the divine has pressed upon me to talk about. So I hope that makes sense. As I am okay, I already read that part. This also isn't a time for me to be showing off my style or lack thereof. Again, don't know if this is in style, don't know, don't care. I am horrible whenever it comes to fashion. You can ask my partner. He will definitely tell you. Let's see. Nor is this the time to be showing off my figure in any way that could be considered revealing. There are those who have expressed their desire to go out with me in the past, and these times of ritual are not the time to be the thirst trap that some may get out of seeing me fully on camera. Sounds weird, I know. But there are some individuals who would constantly comment on videos that I have done of, hey, you want to go out? Hey, you want to go out? Hey, you want to go out? I'm good, thanks. Some others, it's like, you wouldn't be the worst choice to go out with, but I'm currently taken, so yeah. Anyway, I don't want to have anything that's really tight-fitting that shows my body in any way, shape, or form that can be misconstrued or mistaken as a come-on of sorts. So I did not want that to also be a distraction to anybody. I also didn't want anybody sitting there saying, damn, lots of junk in that trunk. Yeah. There's certain things whenever you are a YouTuber that those of you who make YouTube videos know that, whenever you start seeing videos of your full figure on camera, may not be the most appetizing thing for yourself. So yeah, just not something I wanted to have to deal with. So instead, I'm going to be wearing a Roman collar, often seen with Catholic priests, and then a black cassock with buttons going down the front. The cassock goes all the way to the floor and has long sleeves. This also acts as a way for me to have a change in who I am as I go from an individual who is speaking his mind in regular outerwear to someone who is a representative of the divine with what I wear. Again, during a regular ritual, I wear regular clothes, as this is a time that I am in communion with the divine alone. The difference here is that in other rituals, I am not acting on behalf of the divine or speaking directly in a way that the divine has led me to speak. So by that I mean, if I am wearing the collar and the cassock and everything, I'm speaking on behalf of the divine, and the divine that has, or the motivation that the divine has given me to speak on a certain topic for that day. I will be speaking on the divine's behalf on that. However, if you see me in normal, regular street clothes, I am speaking my mind. There is a clear delineation between the church and who I am here physically. After I have readied myself physically, then it is time to ready myself spiritually. This is done through saying the Gnostic Rosary. During this recitation, I am asking deity to steady my spirit so I can deliver the message that has come to me to share with you. So, after all of this is done, then the camera starts rolling. I'm going to probably at times have to pause the camera, reposition, and do everything else, but you will get a fairly good 360-ish kind of view of the entirety of the ritual going on. This is also another reason why I wanted to kind of stagger all my other videos, because these are going to take a little bit longer to edit and to get just right. Plus, I gotta do some photoshopping on all the curves. Anyway, now we're not doing that. Let's see. What else do I have here? I'll say more about what happens in, when the camera actually starts rolling, what you're actually going to see. It's pretty much going to start with the creation of circle and how that is conducted for this specific ritual. So you will see that in next week's video, but for the rest of this video, I actually wanted to talk about the different aspects, the different things that I'm putting on the altar, so that we are all on the same page as to what is on the altar. Okay, first things first, I want to say that I do apologize for some of the shaky camera work. I will try to get better. Next thing I want to touch on is that you can see that this altar is a hutch, so we're not going to have a lot of candles or whatnot. Usually I would have candles for each one of the directions, the elements, the deities and whatnot, but we're only going to have one, maybe two candles here, so possibly three, depends. But that is more out of the fire safety concern. First up, we have the bell over here. This bell is actually from a Catholic church, and we're going to use that to clear the space once the circle is set up. And we might also use it to invoke deity as well. Next up, even though the cauldron is iconically an earth sign or earth tool, I have it in the fire side because I want to use it possibly for a small tea light for the representation of fire. The next thing that we have going up is this little milk glass fish that I'm going to use as a little holy water holder, a little basin there. And this little incense burner is going to be repurposed as a little dish for the salt. For the earth representation. It was very important for me to have a representation of each one of the elements on this altar. The next thing that I wanted to discuss is we have the illumination candle. The illumination candle is going to be the first candle that gets lit, the first thing that gets done after I am ready to roll the footage and whatnot. And then we have the chalice and the paten. The chalice and the paten are going to be used in the Eucharist. We will be celebrating the Lord's Supper or the cakes and ale, however you want to see it. And I do have those sitting there ready. The next thing up is a goddess representation. This one is, of course, of Sophia for me. It can represent any goddess that you wish, but this for me would be Sophia. The next one up is Christ. Again, can be anybody that you wish as a god form, but this for me would, of course, be Christ. And the one thing that I forgot on the last one is that I do have an athame here, and the athame is actually going to be used for more than just what I would regularly use an athame for. It's going to be used more as a wand athame type of hybrid that I usually don't do. It's going to be exciting to try. But I'm about to get cut off here, so until next time, may you all have love, hugs, and ladybugs. I'll catch you next week. Bye, y'all.